Alright then, welcome back to another video, guys. This one's going to be more of a rant, so just bear with me. But I promise you're going to get tons of value from it, so just keep on watching. So, pick your advantage. This is something that I heard from YouTubers a while ago, like a few years ago. I don't remember which one it was, but anyways, what they were saying is everybody is born with an advantage and you gotta be able to know which one is yours. And I listened to this advice and excuse me. So I'd hear this advice and I wouldn't know what my advantage is. I'd say, well, it's easy for you to say that because you did so and so thing in your life, or you were in such and such an environment, so it's easy for you to say that, but I don't have any advantages. And that's something that I would think I had thought for like quite a few years until recently, where I had looked back at my life and compared that to the life of other people, and I realized that I actually do have quite a few advantages that I'm really grateful for, and I'll go over them in a second. But I just want to let you know before I do that you also have an advantage that you probably are not aware of. Just because you maybe the people that you surround yourself with also might have that advantage, so you think it's not that big a deal. But if you were to compare that to a broader population, then you'd come to realize that this is an advantage that you guys have over majority of the people. So for example, with me, I grew up in a family where my dad was a business owner, and unfortunately as a kid that's really bad for you, because all that your life revolves around is your dad's work, and you have to go help him out on the weekend. This is how it is with small business owners in the States. And if you compare that to other people who work at 9 to 5, or that used to work like some job instead of having their own business in general, I'd realized that those other families had much more of a they'd be able to go on vacations, and we wouldn't be able to because we'd have to focus on the money, because you never know with a business when you might get a customer, when you might not, and would always be like on this edge where we wouldn't know where our next I don't want to say meal, because alhamdulillah we're good. We're in a middle class. We're a middle class family, so I don't want to say that, but you know where the next payment would come from, or where the next customer would come from. It was that type of situation for my dad and his brothers, and on the weekends I'd have to go with him to help him out with the jewelry store, just for like meeting with customers and showing them jewelry. And this one day my dad says, you could be a really good businessman one day. And I thought he'd just buttering me up so I just like do a better job at selling jewelry to the customers. And he'd say, do you know why? I'd say, I don't know. And he'd say, because whenever you speak to a customer, you're always smiling. And I was like, oh, okay. That's something that I didn't notice. And the more that he'd say it, unfortunately, like the less I would end up smiling, because I became conscious of what I was doing. And the moment you become conscious of something, sometimes like you just end up thinking about it more than actually doing it, and it becomes like unnatural to you. So after that, whenever I'd see a customer, I'd consciously remember that, oh yeah, I smile at customers, and I don't know if I should be doing that, or I guess these negative thoughts, because I was inherently comparing myself to my brothers. And when my dad would say that you were better than your brothers, I'd kind of like feel like, I don't know, I don't want them like not feel like they're worse off than me or anything of that sort. Like I don't want them to compare themselves with me and end up like resenting me in a way. It's I think over like you don't shine your own torch just so that other people realize how dim theirs is. I'm not trying to like talk crash about my brothers. They're really good at customer service as well at this point. But with me, I feel like I was the first one to get there. I was the first one to actually like become good at handling customers. But anyways, I don't mean to brag, but that is something that I've noticed, or my dad noticed, and he told us. But anyways, besides that, besides being open to smiling to people, I noticed that this is not something that someone told me. It's something that I have been known about myself since like childhood, is that I really enjoy talking to people. When I was in intermediate school, high school, I wasn't really talkative, but internally I wanted to talk to people. I just didn't have the courage to go ahead and do that because I felt like I don't fit in with these people, and I don't know what this other group might think of me, or like I don't know, maybe this is not what I'm supposed to be like, because I was kind of confused, like a typical teenager. That's kind of normal though. But after that, after high school, after university, it's become a lot easier for me to just go up to people and just like either introduce myself or just strike up a conversation. Like the other day, I went to a coffee shop and I seen some guy who was watching people race on bikes on his laptop, and I was like, "You a biker?" And I struck up a conversation with him, and that was pretty sweet. So just like stuff like that in a regular day-to-day basis, I don't mind like speaking to new people and just getting to know about them and what they're about, what their life is about. I actually enjoy knowing people's stories, and that's something that I see as an advantage, because a lot of people shy away from doing that. A lot of people are too nervous to go up to people and strike up a conversation, and I know that for a fact because I've been in that position before, where even when I wanted to go and speak to someone, I wouldn't, just because I did not know how they'd react. I'd think that they're gonna react in a negative way. They're not gonna want to talk to me, and that's like a normal thought to have. But once you get past like the first few people that you talk to, you realize that people are actually a lot more open to talking to other people than you realize, and that's where one second. My bad, guys. My brother needed something from the room. I share this room with my brother, so he's in and out sometimes. Matter of fact, that backdrop you see there with the table, that's actually his, and that shelf as well, but the books down there are mine. So, we kind of manage it. But anyways, back to what I was talking about. I think I was talking about something along the lines of, what was it? Yeah, I just really enjoy talking to people. Maybe that's why I, for the longest time, wanted to make this YouTube channel, but I just wasn't sure where to start and how to begin and what niche I wanted to focus on. And I know that back in 2022, I was thinking about making a channel where I talk about software engineering and just like coding in general. Like that book you see in the back, it's Cracking the Coding Interview. So I'd basically, go over some, if you're a coder, then you know what I'm talking about, or if you're a software engineer, then I'd basically just do leak code problems and then like record them, show them on YouTube, and that's what I was thinking about doing. And eventually I'd get to the point where I'd be able to explain each coding problem and just like go off of that formula. That's something that a lot of YouTubers do, and I'd probably do something similar, but it is what it is. At that time, I wasn't really this confident about speaking on camera. Even if you go check out my first few videos, you can see that I'm actually kind of nervous. I'm kind of nervous when it comes to talking on camera, and I might be like really conscious of what I'm saying. Maybe you can't notice that because of the editing that's been done, but I'm sure that a few years from now, when we look back at these videos, we'll realize that, oh, I'm a lot better now than I was back then. Meaning I'm a lot better in the future than the present me. And that's okay. That's how it's supposed to be. I feel like for the people that want to start YouTube channels, if you feel like your advantage is probably kind of similar to mine, this is a piece of advice I want to give to you. Do not wait for the perfect moment or the perfect time to start a YouTube channel, because I could have waited until my brother got the desk, or I got the lights, or I had the perfect backdrop, which I still don't. We still gotta add a lot of stuff to the shelf. And I didn't wait. I just put my camera on a stand and I started to record videos. And I took a long break though, because I remember when I started making videos, I just like gotten off my job and I was still going full time for my master's, and I'd record like a video a week or a few videos a week, and then I'd wait a few weeks to record the next video, because I was releasing the video every Sunday. So like once a week I'd release a video, and I promised to myself that I'm gonna make at least 15-ish videos or 16 videos. And I think I stopped somewhere around there as soon as that goal was up. And after that, I just had the hardest time like just figuring out what I want to make videos on, or which direction I want to go with my content. And I just put that on a pause until recently, like I want to say maybe a month ago, when I realized that, okay, I want to make videos on entrepreneurship, or I want to make videos on vibe coding. I'll see which way works better and I'll go that way. And at this point, I feel like I have an idea that I want to work more on the entrepreneurship side rather than rather than vibe coding and showing that on camera. I can do that and might even give it a shot. There is a video I have in mind where I try Bolt for the first time, and I just like go over that and just like bring you guys along with the journey on how to figure out different things in this new tool. It's kind of like Lovable, but I heard it's a lot better, so I still don't know. Bolt and V0, I believe it's called. I'll give them a shot and just record those videos and upload them to YouTube. But for the meantime, I feel like it's better if I just like focus on talking about entrepreneurship and my own journey, instead of like showing you guys every step of the way. I can just like do something, have an experiment in it, and then tell you guys what I learned. Because at the moment I am doing something related to SaaS, but I'm not showing it on camera because of course it's still in the early stages, and it's not so much so that I'm scared about people stealing my idea, which I'm sure that ideas like this are already in the market. It's a fact that that's gonna kind of slow me down. I feel like it's better if I just focus on that full time, and then in the meantime pop in these videos every once in a while, maybe once or twice a week. My goal has been to upload these videos thrice a week, which is why I'm making this raw video, because usually I upload Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Today is Friday and I haven't recorded a video for today yet, so I'm just doing this really quickly. It's not going to be edited. If you're seeing this, then you'll know this is just a raw footage of me talking to the camera, giving some advice. So yeah, whenever I run out of time, this is the type of video you guys are going to get, so just be ready for that. Besides that, I'm going to try to edit my videos more and make it more compelling and more entertaining in a way. More still education, but like with more edits, like more professionally done, right? But anyways, yeah, this was today's video. Hopefully it's not too long, and if you have stuck out until the end of the video, then make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments below what your advantages are or what you might think they are. Or if there's anything that you have been constantly doing since your childhood or your teenage years or even recently. And if you need any advice, just comment down below and I'll see if I can help you out. I'll try my best to do that. Until then, take care, figure out what your advantage is, and I'll see you in the next one.